I'm Bryce Buckmeyer.
I'm Josh Riddle.
I'm Zach Zychek.
I'm Austin Parker.
We're Rad Dragon, and you are watching The Traveling Mic. You know, I love this question because the answer is so bad.
It's just that simple.
Yeah, I was sitting in class in high school, and all these words were running through my head for no reason, because I didn't want to be there. That's the reason. And words just put themselves together. It was almost Prince nipples, I'm not going to lie. And that was like in the same sit-down think session. I'm glad it's not, because Rad Dragon, maybe it had something to do with Red Dragon, because that makes sense. But Rad Dragon just sounded cooler. Yeah, so I think we all have very different answers to this question. I started out I was probably in the 6th grade, and I was making like really bad bedroom deathcore and just started recording myself. But like I started to actually listen to different kinds of music and be a well-rounded person. At least I'd like to think. So like I started doing folk punk, and then I found my biggest inspiration is probably the band Pup. And that's kind of like what has influenced my sound for like years now, is like that kind of new age pop punk kind of sound.
Music is the most magical thing in the world to me. And the ability of a song to just take you somewhere. It could be any type of music, which I know that's a dumb answer. Like, what's your favorite music? All of it. But it's true. I really just like the emotional reactions I got to music when I was very young, and it just was something that kept me going. Bands like AJJ, the Mountain Goats, really had a big emotional impact on me. As far as bass playing, I like metal like anyone else, you know. Tool, Primus, Les Claypool. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, I've been playing music basically like my entire life, like before I can even remember. I grew up in a household where there was just music all the time because my dad was a professional musician. I started off with like Foo Fighters, the Beatles, Green Day. Those were like the first 3 that I can really remember listening to those drummers. Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins, by the way. But then, you know, as I slowly got older, I started getting to heavier music, like System of a Down, Slipknot, shit like that.
System of a Down.
Yeah, so like John Dolmayan, Joey Jordison, The Rev from Avenged Sevenfold, and then kind of got into like more weirder stuff as I got older, like Deftones, and then like Mr. Bungle, stuff like that. So just a huge amalgamation of different styles that I'm influenced by, for sure.
I'm kind of the same way. My family, everybody's like a musician that either sing or play piano, play guitar or whatever. I kind of picked up a guitar from my dad, and I was the same way. He listened to a lot of the Beatles, so I listened to a lot of the Beatles. I learned how to play a lot of the Beatles songs. Then, you know, growing up, you get into whatever you want to get into. I don't know, you just get into heavier music. I got into all, like, you know, the 80s metal, Metallica, whatever. Kind of got into death metal. Then I get into more modern, kind of heavier shit. That's kind of my influence in the band, is knowing a lot of metal and classical, and whatever that is to the songs.
You know, as of late, there's been a couple spots like popping up that have something to offer. Because all I do is think about music and do music and basically nothing else. So like places like Freight is a bar over just on the other side of downtown. And they do a lot of really good events, and they've got a lot of people who will approach them about doing shows. So they've got a good network, and they've got a good venue. And a lot of people turn out to those. So I would probably personally recommend Freight.
I really love Cameron Park. It's like one of the best parts about Waco, in my opinion. It's a beautiful park overlooking the river, and I really like hiking. So, yeah, Cameron Park.
My room.
Nice.
It's the best place to be.
I'd recommend Hillcrest Hospital. I was born there. That's all I know. I don't live here. I live in McGregor, Texas, which is, I don't know. They have SpaceX there. We have Dairy Queen, too. Elon Musk went there once. I don't know. We do have a train. You can take a train from McGregor. I took a train from McGregor to Dallas once, and it was the scariest experience of my life. My hair was orange. My mom got a picture of it.
You have orange hair?
We got to get this picture for the interview, man. We need to flash it on the screen.
I'll see if I can find it. I'm sure she's got it on Facebook. It's really embarrassing.